Hello and welcome back to Splatoon at LTC. We're here about to start top 12 here shortly, and I am joined by my commentary host, Knots.
Hi. Up first, we have Crab versus
Forest Fire.
Thank you. It should be a pretty interesting set. I know that Crab has a good number of pretty interesting players. I know Roundy tends to play Junior. I know Ali tends to play a lot of different dualies, which will be very exciting to watch.
Yes, I always love dualie play as a dualie main myself. Not the most on-meta thing as of current, so when anyone can make them work, it's very exciting to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we also have Forest Fire, which on their team they have 3 veteran Div 1 players. So a few years ago they were on Div 1. Maybe I saw them around on my time with Phoenix or Scrivener, but it's definitely been a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, how are you enjoying LTC so far?
It's been great so far. It's so fun to get to see everything in person, and just it's so cool to be in an environment like this where everyone's just so excited, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are part of the Splatoon community online, and that's great and all. I've met a lot of friends there, but there's just something so amazing of like going to an actual physical LAN and being with all these people that until then you've only really known through Discord or Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that makes it really, really exciting, especially once we're pushing into these top sets where people are in the crowd are going to get more loud and more excited, and it should get very fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the crowds here so far for both Splatoon and Smash have just been absolutely insane. You can tell they love everything about these games, and it just really energizes you up to see what the top players can come up with in this environment.
Yeah, it's so cool to just get to see people. It's so cool to be in a place where everyone's just here for things they love, and everyone's just getting to have a good time and enjoy it. It's a really unique experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like right here we have Crab and Forest Fire. They're still trying to get everything working. The audio mixers can be a little weird to work with some headsets, so we're just making sure all audio issues that everyone can hear their teammates and hear the game and no one's echoing. And once we have that all figured out,
and it's not accidentally so loud that you don't have it, that it's so too much to think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially in this environment because the Splatoon and Smash rooms are shared. Some good noise isolating headphones are always a good thing to have in this environment.
Yeah.
But I say as you brought open back.
It didn't bother me.
Well, that's good. But yeah, looks like on Crab we have Bronze, Roundy, Ali, and I don't know what that says. So do we have I can pull them up real quick. But on the other team we have Alley Cat, Gorilla, Yoshi, and Azelf. So should definitely be a great start to top 12.
Absolutely. I think it'll be a very exciting set to watch. I think that it should be at least somewhat back and forth.
Yeah. Do you happen to know which of these teams, if any, came from Redemption bracket, or which ones made it right into top 12?
I don't know. Oh, no, both of these teams came from Redemption. All of the teams that went straight to top 12 are in the next round.
Okay, gotcha. So, yeah, then should be hopefully about equal. Looking at predictions right now, we have a little bit more faith in Forest Fire than Crab, but I've seen odds that are like 90-10, so even this ought to still be good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of these are very well established. All of these are very well established players that have been around the scene for a long while, and it'll be really, really cool to see what ends up happening in this set and how everybody does. It'll be hopefully it'll be very back and forth.
Yes, absolutely. No one likes to watch a stomping. It's just not
they can be fun in their own way.
Well, maybe if you're the one stomping, but I always appreciate a good close set, which is why like some skill cap tournaments have some of the most exciting grands that you'll ever see.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be good.
It will be.
Yeah. And it looks like we're getting about ready to start right now. So It's like first map's going to be Tower Control Inkblot. How do you feel about that map mode, Nox?
I think it's a pretty well-balanced map mode. I think most weapons and comps can work on it. It just requires you really making sure that you play well around your teammates, and you do have to remember to back off and respect specials when they're used. If you just keep rushing in, especially on that map, with how small Plat is, you will just get pretty locked in pretty quickly. It's a map where lockouts can get pretty extreme.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those maps where snowballing the other team is a lot easier than, maybe not that it should be, but it just is. Yeah,
it's definitely a snowball-heavy map like Starfish.
Yeah, especially with the tower control component too.
Yeah.
So I wonder what weapons we'll be seeing out of each team. I know Crab has some dually players, like we said. So I think they have dually squelchers and imperies too. So maybe we'll see those.
Yeah, it'll be really, really cool to see what everybody ends up using.
Yeah. And we are just loading in right now, and the first game of Top 12 is about to commence.
Opening up here once again on Inkblot Tower Control, a map that can be very fast-paced. We are seeing VDS coming out. We are seeing 296 gals out of Forest Fire here. Lots of LDE, very, very difficult to see at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just the shooter meta, am I right? So
I don't know. The 296 gals are pretty out there.
Yeah. But with that, 2 go down on Forest Fire real quick. Probably going to have to back up some.
VDS already pushing up on this Plat.
Yes.
Rotating over now. The armor has been popped on the side of Forest Fire, and they are just really trying to clear some space here, trying to make it so that they don't have to back off too much.
Yeah, but Forest Fire retakes mid. It's going to try and pincer the rest of Crab. Roundy trying to get out of there. Can they do it with the armor? Can they get the...
and they managed to get them before they can jump out. Painting up a little bit here, trying to get some armor ready, making sure that they can claim the space so that they don't get flanked too badly. And we are seeing this K-shot here getting ready for missiles, allowing their teammates space to get in. Not really using it with another special, but they do have a pick on Crab, which should give them some space to work with.
The Junior's just in mid trying to get a pick, but gets taken down by 96 gal. It looks like
and the C-Jet has been forced to jump out. They do have Ray ready, which is such a great defensive special, especially on this map. There's a lot of straight lines. Really allows you to maintain that first checkpoint really well, although missiles do come out, pressuring the Ray back some, and really forcing Crab to have to move around a lot on their Plat. Although Crab is managing to regain some mid-control here. That is 3 down on the side of Forest Fire. And the 96 gal has managed to stay up with that armor. But how much is that going to do for them without teammates to use it on right now?
And we have armor and 10 missiles on the side of Crab, ready to push, but the C-Jet gets taken down early.
Although there are more missiles coming out, allowing them
to try
and that's a 96
gal flank.
And that is, it is. That is the 96 Deco flanking. It is the 96 you by far see less of. Always neat to see a splashdown weapon coming out, though.
Absolutely.
And
a double.
A great double there.
Great push. I was going to give Forest Fire tons of space to move.
And a great pick from Ali there, clearing out that top left area, making sure that they can keep this space and really make sure that they can work with it.
Absolutely. But Crab's quickly retaking their Plat. I'm about to push tower. But there's no specials on the board. Looks like the C-Jet's kind of close to Ray. But Gorilla says to jump out and
maintain that armor.
Yes.
Yoshi, they're getting a great pick with that burst bomb. Really doing a good job here, helping make space with teammates. Playing well off of each other, keeping that bomb rush for opportune moments.
Absolutely. K-Shot's about to get missiles on the side of Forest Fire with armor, so this could be a decent hold.
Although Ray does come out again, and 2 are down. 1 just respawned on the side of Forest Fire. They've been forced to get off of that checkpoint again right as they were about to clear it. It might have been worth it to just die on that checkpoint to really just get through it, because that's such a rough one, especially when the other team has Ray. Yeah,
absolutely. That Ray can just shut down almost any checkpoint on this map, unless you have missiles or something like a Tetra that can really get in there and just try to deal with the problem at the
Yoshi
source.
Here popping Bomb Rush, not quite able to accomplish a ton with it, although does manage to make some space on Plat, goes down for it though. Azel
Splashdown jump doesn't get anyone.
And we are seeing this 96 gal trying to just work with space here, trying to really pressure with other people.
That's 2 down on both teams right now.
And it
looks like Bow neutral. Maybe someone can get an advantage. And
there we go. This is a good opportunity here for Forest Fire to start making a big push. We are seeing the C-Jet just on respawn. They don't have Ray quite yet, although it's a C-Jet. They'll get it pretty quickly if they don't go down to this 96 gal here. So far, the 96 is up. Didn't get splashdown canceled. Although that splash in 96 having a wall there is a very frustrating thing for them to have to deal with. And they have made it through that first checkpoint.
And
They're about
like
to
they're
take
gonna
lead. And it is only the junior up. This should be a good push here from Forest Fire. This is a great opportunity. They've cleared so much space. They've used specials pretty well. And they just can try and get more specials here. They should have enough time to get a couple online. Armor comes out, but not fast enough to save their teammate. And that's probably will be them going down.
Yes, that looks like the end of the push for Forest Fire right now. But
although Gorilla is still up, which allows them to keep control in mid. There's people jumping into mid. Ray coming out here from
very risky
bronze.
Ray.
Seems to be working out okay, though. Forced Gorilla to jump out, taking a little bit longer to get that armor because of it, making it way harder for them to push in. Yeah. A nice pick there with a burst bomb from bronze.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 down on the side of Forest Fire. Crab can start pushing in, trying to take control of their plat. Armor does come out, and it does look like that Jet is about to have its Ray.
And we are using that Ray to clear off plat, allowing Ali to really push in there, allowing Roundy to stay on this tower more safely. And their fourth is trying to push in through step.
Yeah, and it looks like Ali is in there on the top of plat, but does get taken down.
And that is a full wipe. It'll be really, they don't really have any time to work with here. They're just going to have to rush in. They don't have time to get specials. That is most likely going to be game.
Absolutely. I don't think it's possible to get
nice
back to
pick there from the
like
junior. And they did a good game there. Very back and forth.
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
fast paced.
That was a good way to start top 12 for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Cool to see the 296 gals come out. You almost never see 96 decos.
Yeah, it's just always outshined by its vanilla counterpart.
Well, and even then, you usually see Zaps or Juniors before 96 gals. It's really cool to get to see some different weapons coming out. Very exciting set.
Yes, absolutely. 96 gal, even in this game, I feel like for its range, it's always just people choose Dually Sculptures or Splatter Shot Pro over it if they
Squeezer.
need, or yeah, even more range with Squeezer. But yeah, we like seeing variety.
Next up, we've got Rainmaker Snapper Canal, which is an always interesting map to go through.
Yeah, I don't like that map mode too much. It's just very finicky.
Yeah, I mean it can be
in a way.
It's very fast paced once you get going. On the other hand, sometimes games there do just stall out and you sit around the 70 mark for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just and like one of the maps where first pop probably
matters way less. Yeah,
nothing. I would argue like almost nothing.
Well, you don't. Yeah, you're not likely to get a pick and you don't get special off of it. Yes. And we are seeing the same comp here coming out of
both teams.
It does appear to be the same comp from both teams. Yeah, and an interesting thing to note with that Neo Splash is that Bomb Rush is really fantastic at getting quick pops on that Rainmaker barrier.
Yes, absolutely.
Junior already almost at Armor here, really clearing out some space. Armor coming out. Gal,
1 down on Forest Fire, 2 down on Forest Fire.
Junior having to try and win this fight. A teammate comes and cleans it up for them. They need to grab. They can probably get a really good push here if they pick up this Rainmaker. Yeah. They have it. Looks like they're going to go in through speed. They do go down though to the 96 deco.
Yes, that was a good pick from the 96 gal deco.
A very important pick. That could have been a huge push there for Crab.
Some of the best picks you can get in Rainmaker is just when you're the last one alive and you just stall Rainmaker and let your team try to have time to get back and play defensive as a team.
Absolutely. And that is 2 picks there out of that 96 deco, able to go up onto their snipe here. This is a fantastic push. Going to go down to, not quite going down to bombs yet. They do have that bomb rush ready.
Oh, is it going to be over? Like, no.
Not quite, but they do have that bomb rush coming out. Might be able to get pop. Does manage to get pop, but doesn't manage to stay up in order to grab it. That is an incredible push from Forest Fire. So much space cleared.
It is. If Crab's going to win this, they're going to have to fully knock out the Rainmaker.
And this 96 deco is just going off. Really being able to get these great picks. Junior is last up here, but they are getting pushed pretty hard. Splashdown coming out, really forcing these players to scatter. Bomb does go down. It does hit their wall, taking them down.
Looks like Rainmaker's just trying to go for it, but gets taken down by the Dually Squelchers.
Great pick there from the Dually Squelchers. They should be able to try and regain some ground here, get it out of their base. Really just trying to get it. They're trying to get it over onto that left hill where they can set up for that push through left side. And also it just makes it harder for the enemy team to push them again. And right now they're probably just thinking about doing some damage control, reorienting themselves and regaining some map control in space. Ray coming out here. Missiles are at the ready. Armor out. This could be a big push here from Crab.
There's a flank by the splash on the Rainmaker, but it looks like the cage shot might take care of it. Oh, no. Splash down from the 96 gal deco, I believe?
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, Rainmaker.
96 deco, once again, getting one of those big picks for them.
Yeah. It's just we're just kind of playing to stall right now. It looks like just play some damage control. Crab's really gonna have to worry about just control of the map and try and figure out how to fix the 1 point lead that.
Well, they're just going to have to try and KO, but it's going to be rough to do because this map, it's so easy to hold street or the wall you climb up on this map if you get enough space. That is
Absolutely.
a great Raider out of bronze, getting 2 down. We're
Yes.
seeing this K-shot pushing in here, really just trying to get that street cleared. They have missiles ready. They have armor ready. They're probably going to try and hold them for a little bit. I believe they did already pop that shield, which is good, so it'll reset sometime soon. We are seeing armor popped and the missiles now coming out as they try and just get back in here, try and do whatever they can. C-Jet goes down, sadly.
Yeah. 1 down on both teams. It's going to be neutral for a bit. If someone can find a pick. 96 guys looking for it in Crab's left side, but it doesn't look like they're going to get anyone just yet.
And here's the thing. Right now, Forest Fire really wants everything to stay in neutral. They are at a complete advantage in neutral right now.
Yeah.
They don't need to try and push. They pushed to 1. They did it. They've essentially knocked out.
Yeah.
Good pick from the junior there on that 96 gal. Splash probably going to get the pick on the K-shot there. They do. Bronze has that Ray ready, but can't.
But
Will they be
Yoshi's
able to get
rushing
out?
them down,
And they don't.
But
They both
go in the
go.
water. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just Forest Fire can just play defensive for this entire time, and playing defensive on Rainmaker is, I would argue, almost significantly easier than any other mode defensively, except maybe Splat Zones. So.
And
Yeah.
we are seeing Crab having multiple specials online. They have 1 down. This could be an opportunity to push.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if Crab can manage a few other picks to secure the way for the Rainmaker. Looks like
K-shot getting the pick on the 96 gal there. That's really massive.
Yes, that's important.
Junior does go down. It's just a K-shot up
3
on the other
down.
side, though. This could be a huge push out of Crab. Looks like they're going to go through left, not trying for street again.
Yeah. They're gonna
Ali trying to push up through that, into that spawn area. Ray ready, but holding the Rainmaker, sadly.
Yes. No Ray is going to be able to be used on this push. It's going to have to come down to.
And they are getting flanked. Are they
yeah,
going to notice in time?
Notice the flank, but
And
oh,
they do.
the Rainmaker
They
gets
managed to
it.
get that flank. It's just the K-shot again. They are missiled, but they should be able to make something out of this. They do have weapons that can try and repop. Yeah. This could be it.
K-shot's near the podium, making space
and
for the Rainmaker.
It is a 2v4 situation.
10 seconds
this
left.
is fully winnable for Crab right now.
Yes, it is. Do they dunk it?
Oh! Oh! What an incredible comeback there from Crab, just almost managing to get that dunk and not quite getting it. What an incredible game of Rainmaker.
Down by 1 point.
A thing that's always important to keep in mind with Splatoon ties is that if you get there second, you do just not get to keep the point.
Yeah, just what a great way for top 12 to start. This just makes me so excited to see what's even to come next.
Yeah.
If this is the first round of it.
Always exciting to see very back and forth games, especially in sets like that where both teams were literally a point away from knocking out.
Yeah, it's hype. That's all I can say. It's hype. But yeah, do you know what the third map mode is? Looks like it's Clam Blitz Reef. Actually, I can see. What are your thoughts on this map mode?
I think Clam Blitz Reef is a pretty well-balanced map mode. I think that it's really nice to have. I really think it's one of the best modes for bubbles for Clam Blitz still because it's so useful for pushing in through that street. It's always nice to have somebody flanking in through that car area, really just making sure space is claimed. And if they have anchor players, they're forced out of that area.
Yeah, it's an interesting map because I feel like the side way to get to the clam basket in this mode is I've lost games by flanks from there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's something you always have to be ready for, but also it's so risky for the team that chooses to do it. It's not it's a move that you have to be very confident in and confident about.
Yes, and it's like, oh, someone might be flanking through this the side street, but if I don't pay attention to that, someone might just come right up from the bridge street and just. So it's just a lot of diverted attention on this map. You have to be able to swap from, hey, there's someone there. Oh, wait, no, there's someone over there, and be able to do that like on the spot.
Yeah, it's it can be a very fast-paced map mode because clams can spawn right underneath that basket in this one.
Well, here we go. We're about to start Clam Blitz on the reef. We can see if both teams decide to run the same comp.
And we are seeing the same comp out of Crab here, and I
Yep.
believe.
Yep, I think that's the full same comp.
No, it is a V-Splash out of Yoshi this time instead of a
yeah,
Neo.
yeah.
It is a slightly different comp.
Good catch.
I do love to see V-Splash coming out. I love to see that Mist and Inkjet.
Yeah, it's V-Splash is just when you don't want to take the risk on T-Tech.
Armor out from both sides here, trying to push in some. Both teams not able to do a ton with this as they're both armored.
Yeah.
Great pick there from Gorilla on that VDS. Two down on the side
That's
of.
two down. This could be a quick first push, but
It could be, but they don't
one
have a
goes down
ton
to
of
a
crams
bomb.
to work with.
Looks like Yoshi
They've
does
managed
have
to
a
get a power
power.
here. Can't use Inkjet with that, though. Having to wait to use that until after they're done with the.
Stingray comes out by Crab. Is it gonna get Yoshi? It looks like Yoshi's dodging and weaving and is gonna be able to survive this.
Always interesting to see a Ray come out on Clam Blitz. Not something you see very often. And this is not a map that you see it on super often either, so it's cool to see that coming out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great work there with Azelf and the Inkjet, really
Yeah.
just teaming up together, taking to focus on that person. Yoshi getting a critical pick there, managing to save this
Oh,
Clam,
that's
and
all-
this could
that's
be
all
a
down on
huge
Crab.
push.
That's gonna be a. Oh,
Just missed the throw.
There we go.
Happens a lot on this map. It's a weird map to throw in on.
Yes. And with that, Force Fire is already down to almost 60. Gorilla with a few more clams near the street, and some spawned right behind them. Going to be able to get even more
Yoshi
points.
does
and
go down,
to
but
40.
96 Deco still holding that car area, really forcing them to have to be careful here. Managing to get the pick, able to do a big flank here.
Flank by the
Splashdown
96 out. Oh.
does get canceled.
Yep, that's how Splashdown goes.
Basket
for
is
sure.
closed again, but they should be able to get another clam, and it is just the junior up who does have armor ready, but they want to hold that until there's another special up. It's never, especially when you're playing at this level, you don't ever want to just use one special at a time.
No, look, the special combos in this game are really great for synergizing pushes and stuff.
They've got another power. The 96 deck, both 96ers are down. They want to try and get a couple more clams in here just to try and get that lead a little bit extended, but they're choosing to back off, play a little bit safer, be ready for that next push, trying to regain control of bridge here, as that's so important on this map. Ray coming out, forcing people to move to places they probably just really aren't in the mood to be.
Yeah.
Really trying to clear out this street here, allowing them space to move in. Armor coming out. They have a pick already. This could be a good push from Crab.
Yes. Oh, Splashdown doesn't get anyone. Still only one down on Crab, just coming out of spawn. It's going to be 4v4 neutral for a bit unless someone can find an important pick. Splash is trying to go in there and get the VDS, but
They both go down to a bomb against that splash wall. Always something you have to be super mindful of when you're playing the
Yes.
splash wall.
Oh,
weapons.
but Gorilla's going for the flank. They might get it in before Crab can.
And they do. What a big throw from Gorilla there.
and
they
a jump in.
And that'll get them down to 15 if they
Oh.
manage to get it in. Gorilla is still up there doing what they can to get to that ball. Not quite able to grab it, but that allows them time to respawn. It allows them more space to work with.
And a pity. Another pity that Crab can work with.
Exactly.
But Force Fire has this, their score down to 35. They get to control the flow of the game for now, unless Crab can get some very crucial key picks on
Which is
them.
always an option. Clam Blitz and Rainmaker are never over until they're over.
Yes, absolutely. It looks like Crab does have a power clam on their
Ray
side of the
coming out
street.
again, armor
Ray
to
trying
counter
to
the
find
Ray.
someone.
Missiles coming out here, forcing people to move. They don't really have any clams to go in with here, so I guess they're just trying to hold space, playing a
Yeah.
stalling game.
Oh, but Gorilla goes down to the VDS, and it looks like Crab may get a push.
That
but
miss
toxic
really
miss.
stalling that hill, forcing the junior to have to be really careful around the splash. But luckily the
but they
C-Jet
get
gives
through.
him crossfire.
Crab opens Force Fire's clam basket.
And this is going to be a huge push here from Crab. This gets them
And
down
they
to
take
30.
the
They
lead.
take lead. There's another clam by basket. They can keep it open with that. They're going back to mid to grab more clams. Ali
trying
maintaining
to
this
stall.
car area. They managed to get some more clams in. They could
that
knock
could be
out
it.
here. Oh, and they managed to pull that off. What an incredible 100-0 push there out of Crab.
Yeah, it's like you said, Clam Blitz and Rainmaker can just be so volatile. For the longest, 2 or 3 minutes, Forest Fire was just in complete control of the situation, and then Crab gets one push and they knock out.
It really shows why it's so important to make sure that you keep those clams on you when you're going to basket. You don't ever want to push with just a few clams. You want to have a big push when you push in Clam Blitz. Otherwise, you're just giving the other team a free pity and giving them way too much space to work with.
Yeah, and if you pushed with few clams, 2 or 3 of your team members also probably got wiped, and the other team's going to have full control of the map and be able to paint it back up.
And next up, we are going into a potential end of set here with Anchovy Game Zones, a map where lockouts can happen pretty severely.
I like this map mode a lot. It's has interesting verticality to it in a way I feel like a lot of maps don't.
Yeah.
Because of just the center just being almost like a bowl between the two sides.
Yeah, and those fans moving up and down always is a really interesting mechanic. The fact that the signs move up and down with them and can get in the way of Booyah Bombs is also always interesting to see.
And we can't forget the infamous splatted by propeller fan.
Oh, always a sad moment when that happens. We are seeing Neo splash back out of Yoshi, otherwise comps are staying the same.
Yeah. Looks like both teams are really confident in their weapon choices, which is always great to see. You know, people have their weapons they prefer to play, and it's...
As always, at the start of zones, we're seeing people paint for their specials. K-Shot is already down. That means no missiles for Crab here, really limiting their options. Missiles coming out from Forest Fire, allowing them to clear a ton of space. An important thing to think about here is the momentum that Forest Fire has gotten by winning these past couple games. It's really probably helped their mentality a ton and is allowing them to do... Oh, and that is a great splashdown out of the 96 Gecko and a jump out from the VDS. We are seeing Bomb Rush at the ready from Yoshi, which can clear out a ton of space here. We are almost... The 96 is close to armor. This could be a huge hold. A little bit of an early Bomb Rush. Nothing bad about that. The C-Jet has fallen off of the map.
Zone's past half already, and Crab is just completely almost locked out.
And what we're seeing here is them respecting space enough to not get quickly picked off while still maintaining their specials. Although we do see the 96 go down. Missiles coming out. Splashdown at the ready.
This Splashdown jump.
And this has cleared a ton of space for them, really allowing them to try and just hold this zone. They just need to paint. Although the 96s aren't not quite able to hold it. 96.
Good cap from Crab.
And once again, this hold can easily go the other way. This map is very back and forth in matches like this, where things can just really... Both teams can do such big lockouts. Both of these comps are really strong at just holding on this map. We have armor ready for Crab. They're probably looking for missiles, waiting to be able to really do something here. Looking for somebody to take an opening that's not really there, clear out that space, get a pick. Bomb Rush coming out from Yoshi.
Entering with Splashdown. Wasn't able to get a pick on the K-Shot. Is taken down. But that is 2 down on Crab. It looks like Forest Fire is going to be able to regain control of the zone and push past that penalty, perhaps. 1 down on each team.
They're trying to get the C-Jet gone here, as they do have Ray at the ready, although the C-Jet is managing to stay alive. The nice thing here is that Crab did manage to get those big penalty points, allowing them a lot of time to try and work with specials here. The K-Shot goes down. This can be a big push out of Crab again. Yeah,
it looks like, and with 2 on the left fan, it looks like Forest Fire is going to give Crab the zone and just back up, try and build specials, and able to try and re-enter.
Really nice job there from Forest Fire respecting those specials. Not quite able to stay alive, but allows more of them to stay up. 96 Keldeco once again doing one of those splashdown jumps. Crab getting close to using another missile here, as they are running double.
Junior just coming back from spawn on the side of Crab, and missiles out too. Gonna try and keep the zone. There's a lot of pressure from all sides of Forest Fire.
Managing to keep that zone. Ray coming out. Not quite able to hold it with the Ray coming out there, as the C-Jet's no longer painting zone.
Good armor against the Ray.
Yes. 96 pushing this Jet Sculpture. Jet Sculpture does go down. Jet Sculpture's on the flank now. Roundy's having to back up, but they're going to back up into the Jet Sculpture if they back up there. Luckily managing to jump out.
Yeah, just giving Forest Fire the zone for now. Crab's like, hey, let's just all meet back at the spawn, build our specials, and we can push in together.
Absolutely. They have penalty points. They have time. They can just wait out this Bomb Rush. They are not in a real hurry yet. They will be soon. They have like 1 more push left.
Yes, they're going to have to go very soon.
And that is both missiles out. That is armor out. That is Ray.
They're not going to be able to paint the Ray with the zone with that.
But
so
they
their
do
teammates are going to have to do it. So they rush in. K-Shot picks off the VDS with a bomb. And it looks like Forest Fire is going to take the first set of top 12.
What an exciting set of games. So back and forth. So quick-paced.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I mean, this is what top-level Splatoon is all about. Just quick decisions, team play, and yeah, this is a sign of what's to come. I'm really looking forward to the rest of top 12 today.
Always exciting to see a Rainmaker match end at 1-2.
Yes, for sure. It's couldn't think of a better way for it to